what is my game called? Oh, right, yeah, Drake's Salvation. It has been a minute, again. Had to miss the last session that I was supposed to host, but that is due to life getting in the way. Unfortunately, that just happened.
Okay, I love you.
Last time, we met the Draketts. They entered into the area known as the Dukedom of Osric. And as soon as they hit the border, everybody felt magic is a little different, a little shifted. The one who felt it the most was their traveling companion, Drake, who was able to inform the party that this area really doesn't comply with how dragons work, magically at least. So he has been shrunk down and now is resting on Rowan's shoulder. But as they got to the gate and were being inspected, out of the forest came some horrid creatures the party had never seen before, but it looked like the guards had a good handle on what they were, and probably why there were so many guards out there to begin with. Now, the party inside the gate, after rushing in to the kingdom, doors slammed behind them, stand.
That was thoroughly unpleasant.
Are you boys okay? As Elric just puts down two of them.
Jackal falls in suit and drops the other one on top of the other two.
I didn't know you'd reach puberty so fast. I was referring to because Elric is carrying, I think, John and Devin.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because Elric just grabbed two of them.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
So, looks at the three, Kevin, Devin, John. You guys ran into those things on your way out, or knew that they existed?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Starting to wonder how informed all the inhabitants inside Osric, or this Earldom place, are with the outside world now.
Well, at the very least, everyone seems to be in there okay. So there is that. Wait,
You see that the guards have begun dispersing and going into guard areas, like doors in the walls, obviously climbing up staircases and hit the tops of the walls where you saw the other guards were and begin firing.
Jackal looks at the others, not talking to anyone in particular, just whoever is willing to answer to him. I'm half tempted to ask these guards if these things are recent or been around longer than, points to the direction of the three kids, longer than they've been around, or aware at least.
My point is that they asked us why we had weapons.
Yeah.
Because we said you were merchants. And you see one guard leaning against the light post, the one that had been bitten.
Please. Are you okay?
Usually don't carry an arsenal on them.
I mean, which merchant is crazy enough to go out in those sort of wilds without protection or guards?
Fair.
Look, kid, it's not like protection, but that armor doesn't seem cheap.
Well, we do actually run the business. Callisti, if you would.
Jackal just raises his hands up, like, I have no argument with that. Hands gestures to Callisti. She's the, let her run the show on this one.
Callisti, you just can't, I'd imagine as like a bit Does Callisti have business cards? For the silver
Yeah.
pie?
He points at Elric. 3 magical items attuned. Points at Zephyr. Like 4 stabs. Points at Genesis. Magical armor and gauntlets. All right. She's a magical bomb, and he's just pointing at Callisti. You get how guards with just a couple of rifles would get a little nervous if people that could break in and tear down the economy just walk right in.
I mean, we were coming through the front door peacefully.
Exactly, but questions are a thing you should expect.
Is it alright to ask questions to you guys then?
Yeah. Anybody got a healing potion?
Let me look.
You see as he moves his hand and there's just a chunk of his side missing. Oh dear God.
Jackal looks to both Zephyr and to Genesis. You guys are better at mending wounds than I ever would be.
I don't have a healing potion. No.
Surprisingly, I also
Zephyr's
do
spell
not.
slots. You guys never buy them.
I thought I might have
Well,
one.
I mean, you guys do have Zephyr, who's like a trained healer.
We
So,
have
Yeah.
a Zephyr.
yeah, Zephyr will take some time and he will use his healer's feat. Thank you. Could have sworn he had it.
And you can always...
It is?
Does he not?
I just think it's his chef feat. Oh, medic feat. That's what it is. What does this do?
You gain proficiency in medicine. You get expertise if you already have it. You bind up wounds 6 willing. Basically, make a medicine check, and then you spend a hit die. This is basically a medicine check to help them heal.
The healers can't do so much.
Yeah, that never always healer's kit does, because we never use them. And he's got like 6 of them. So, Zephyr uses a healer's kit, and this guy uses several of his hit dice. And okay, I don't think I'm gonna die anymore.
So what are those weird tongue-looking motherfuckers?
Also,
We call them collectors.
are those things recent or they've been around for who knows how long?
Well, they used to be a myth. And then, either they came back, or they started, I don't know, but rumor around town is that they were a thing. We told children at night to not go outside the walls or outside your house. It's like a nightmare.
Is that what they're called?
What?
No, they're called collectors. We haven't seen anything like that before, have we? Like above
have
table? Okay.
So, how recent these guys started to show up? Like an estimate time of frame?
Couple years. Not in that force. One was spotted a couple of years ago. Then about 2 years ago, we had our first attack, and now it's roughly every once a month, couple of weeks. Always random. Numbers are always random.
Jackal looks at the other
Let
three.
me see. You have keen mind.
Yes, I do.
You guys are smart players. How long has the vote been going on? Does anybody remember?
10 years?
Couple of years.
Like, oh, 2. Oh, wait, yeah, because that's been going on longer. Oh. Gonna keep that one to myself. Sorry, just thinking. Because it's only been like a day since we were told about the election, right? Like above table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackal is going to be
to
still...
the Merchant's Quarter of Ospec. Don't leave the walls. If you wish to go to one of the sides, please stick to the side you're supposed to be on.
So...
Got a tavern right there to the right. The inn is in the middle of the square to the left.
Out of general curiosity, since you seem at least to be somewhat informed, you didn't happen to see a man about my size, kind of black hair, long black beard, that kind of forms like a goatee almost? I think he has black hair. It's been a minute since I've seen the token.
Yeah, you got it pretty spot on. I saw him come in a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he was on my shift. Pretty hard to miss.
Did he end up leaving then?
Don't know where he is now, but he was at least here.
That's a good start at least. Thank you.
My understanding, we're supposed to get some passes or paperwork.
Right. He looks around. Yes. My captain, and you hear that strange machine go off up top. That's him. Would have that on him. Give me a minute. Also looking for something. I don't know if you wrote this down, but the guy you're looking for, that guy you're talking about, his name was Hellman, right?
Yes. I think he never gave me my name, or if it's been so long that I never wrote it down.
I don't think you did, but...
Oh, no, I did. I wrote Helm. Has a Storm Smasher hammer with a rune on it. I actually did. It's like my first note. I did it!
Yay! He, looks up. Says, you know what? He takes out just, his notepad, flips it over, writes down merchants from, Gravencliff, silver cup.
Pint.
And he just signs it, rips it off. There.
Wait, did he say
know,
silver cup
out
out
loud? In some ways,
loud?
I'm glad we skipped the formalities, but in other ways...
Hold on, did he literally say silver cup out loud?
No, he didn't.
No. It's on
If
the
you
paper.
read it, you see it. You'll see it on the paper.
Jackal looks over to Coasty. So, are we gonna get in trouble if they made a mistake? It's silver pint.
I signed it. I don't care.
That's the
Okay.
that's the answer.
Alright. We're not expected to do that voting stuff, are we?
Yes, you are.
Crap.
Well, enjoy town.
I suppose.
Any questions? I'm gonna be in the infirmary.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah.
is the next voting process thingamajig?
In the morning.
Alright, and then Jackal just walks over to Kevin, Devin, and John. Right, I guess you guys are gonna be our tour guides here for the time being.
I want to go home.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a good plan. Can you guys meet us in the morning so that we don't, screw this up?
I'll have to vote first, but if we can't catch you soon enough, just go to the square there. Or the circle. I don't know why they call it a square.
Usually because city processes are built in grids.
Sure. And they start just walking away.
Right.
Alright, so let me give you guys a bit of an overview of where you're at. So, pretend for me that coming out of the base right here, I can just draw.
You have the technology.
You have the technology.
Hold on, let me just go far away from the map as possible because I'm zoomed in really hard.
So hard.
Yep.
There we go. The Black Bridge is the one you guys took to get to where you're at. And you guys are in the dead center of town. To your south, you see glimpses of tall buildings that stretch out for quite a ways. Very kind of industrial. And on the north side, you see a bit more decoration and more color to the buildings. In the center that you are in, it seems very kind of homey, very much what you guys are pretty much used to. A lot of just wood or stone buildings that reach up to usually about a third floor. One thing you guys do notice a lot is that the light here is not what you would consider firelight. It is just straight what everybody, what all the real people know as light bulbs.
Witchcraft.
Oh, we're using heated wire. Okay.
What now?
Isn't that dangerous?
Oh, this here. I forgot to do the thing. Nobody tell me.
We didn't know.
Film. You said to use our imagination.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't say. I can't use my imagination. That says Fairlawn.
Imagination.
So we're here.
Fairlawn. Yeah, are we in the middle?
Yes,
Or
Exactly what I
I said
imagined.
you guys do the Black Bridge over.
Oh, okay. So basically, we got let in here, and then okay, I got it.
Oh. So, since we're to be divided amongst gender, does that mean
I think we have the exception due to being foreigners, travelers.
good?
But if you want, you can also ask the guard for confirmation. I think he already dislikes me for asking too many questions.
I don't want to dislike me too. I'll just go with what you said.
You guys are fine. I'm still right here.
I didn't know you heard us.
I wasn't being very.
He's standing like 5 feet from you guys.
Yeah, no, and Jackal's not being subtle about it either. That's why he started cackling a little bit.
Well, let's find some place for the night.
The Earthstrong Tavern is a good spot.
Oh, right. I should probably ask this question to the guard. Besides us, are there any other exotic-looking people?
I mean, there are travelers here, yeah?
Right, so... Jago pauses, because there is a question he wants to ask, but he's not really sure if he should be asking it. And he's gonna go ask it anyway. There wouldn't have been any... I guess, scaled-looking people that dropped in. Red.
What?
I'm guessing with that question, no. Alright.
Just ask them has there been any fucking Dragonborn and then just confuse the fuck out of them.
He's not gonna be direct about it. He's, on table, he's wondering if there's anyone that might resemble a Burn Coalition member.
Okay, I need a drink.
That'd be good.
Do you guys go to directly to Ailstrug, or do you kind of look around? So the two buildings that are right next to you, one of them looks like a... the one on the left looks like a tea house that has a lot of very cushioned furniture, big open windows, a long bar, and a few people just... looks like it's mainly just eating, and it's mainly a restaurant. To your right, you see a stone building. It looks weirdly dwarven, and it's there. It's just very cobbled rock walls, short windows. Inside, you see what looks like pretty high class, very ritzy dining. A lot of people in very nice clothing sitting around and probably discussing really boring things.
Food or grain? Who's hungry?
I'm fine at the moment.
Really? Alright.
Yeah, plus... Jao kind of looks around. I think it'd be best if we try to get a little bit familiar, since we'll be here for, I guess, a few days.
I'm going to go get some booze. Hopefully it's good. You said the one on the right's a bar?
No, that's like fine dining.
Never mind.
Oh, so you said that the left was kind of like
A tea house.
it was a tea house.
It's a Starbucks.
Oh shit!
It's a tea house.
Oh my god.
Coffee bean and tea leaf.
Yeah, they actually read your fortunes in there.
Coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they said that the inn would be further up in the left.
We'll try this place to the left then. I'm assuming there's a very grab a quick bite kind of place, and then you
If
get
y'all do know
further.
your tokens can move, and if they do, I might describe more things.
That's
Nah, I like standing and talking and waiting 2 hours.
Yeah. You're like wasting your
The
time.
guard's looking at you guys like, you can go.
You guys are free.
You guys are not under arrest.
Not yet, anyway. We didn't break any
Actually, you
rules.
know, this map reminds me of that one I used. Just at a slightly different angle.
Rowan, great.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll describe. To your right, you see this stone building. You see what's called Destra's Theater of Delight. Wow, not really any of you. Clisty, you've written about these, but you're pretty sure that's a brothel.
Oh.
Or at least a bordello.
I love mushrooms.
You all definitely smell the very strong scent of perfume. And then to your left, you see a swinging sign on a wooden door with the Ale Strong Tavern and Inn. And it's just got a hand holding a mug.
Wait, this one over here?
Finally, a place with booze.
DM, you meant the inn is here. Oh, well,
Yeah,
Yes,
here.
the one on the left.
okay.
Unless you want to go to the brothel. That's like an inn.
I'm just making sure I don't go too further in.
Like it, and you can pay for a room there.
You might not like
Yeah,
what you get included.
More like
right,
more like Ari will probably turn me into a lightning rod at that point. So no thanks.
That brand was weird.
Alright, Jaggle, trying to get away from the other location because he smelled the intense perfume. Like, oh wow, that hurts the nose.
Hush.
Whatever.
Did something happen, Calista? You look red-ish.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright, to the right's a brothel, to the left's a bar. We're in the bar.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you said we were going to a brothel.
No! That was the very It's not about the
You
fucking
can go to a
taking
brothel.
daughter to a brothel.
That was terrifying
So-
for a second.
You walk into a relatively crowded area and see quite a few things. Big tables piled with food, people in front of them, enjoying talking, very tavern-esque. And behind the bar, you see this man,
I thought that said
Damn.
Weasley at first.
Leslie.
Ronald Weasley.
Oh my god.
Wait, so does this work?
What's up?
Moogle, how do you just show the token?
Should see.
See?
Well, if it doesn't need to be on the thing.
It can be on GM layer.
Yeah, I did show it.
Bad idea.
I like this music. Jam in the background with it.
I'm wondering how many of them turn and suddenly stop talking when they see us walk in.
Really not many. You do get an eye from Wesley and another gentleman. Turns around, just looks over his shoulder at you guys. And then goes back to his drink.
Why were they worried about us carrying weapons when that man looks like he's healed to the teeth?
It's hard to throw Wesley behind the bar, so I'm going to throw him on the bar.
He just sits there. He sits on the table like a fucking or on the bar like a gargoyle.
You know, the boys had to be a little bit more worried about this.
You know, kind of same.
Yeah, but then again, they were very sheltered, so... where's the entrance that we entered in?
I'm assuming right down here.
Yeah. You can kind of see the hand railing down there.
Okay.
Seems outside of the things that we saw earlier, that seems like a very relaxed atmosphere.
I'm just, to be honest, doing the GM thing. These are the notable NPCs. The rest of them you can still talk to, but they are invisible to you because it might break some people's computers. Obviously, in the back, you see a very strange-looking machine. Actually, not to bartender, to bar owners. You have seen how people make alcohol. This just seems like an extremely advanced version of the keg system you guys use.
Huh.
This is the biggest kegerator I've ever seen.
Surprised they're using pressurized gas, considering the makeup of it. Also sounds very dangerous.
Not really.
When it's that big, just the intake it probably could also be very bad if someone fucked it up. Is it actually smaller than it looks, or is it actually that
No,
size?
it's fucking gigantic. So this is a 3-story building. This takes up all 3 stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. They're just essentially sitting on a pressure cooker.
As my girlfriend says, it hasn't exploded yet. Probably okay.
Oh. If it's not goblin, then I think we'll be fine.
That is definitely not goblin.
No, look dwarven in nature, especially the craftsmanship. I'm assuming. I'm spitballing here.
From behind the bar, you just hear him pipe up, "You calling me short?"
What? No.
Jackal kind of just looks at the guy.
I know I've got the beard for it, but come on.
Looks at Elric. I mean, compared to Elric, everyone's pretty short.
True. I tend to make a scene when I arrive. In more ways than one.
This dude is like 6'8".
Elric is like 7...
You are taller than him, but
okay,
you have
8'1".
genetics for it.
The gods and the runes endowed me with the best genetics. What do you have on tap, then?
Pale ale, lager, got the wine, red and white. What else down here? I could mix you a cocktail if you want.
The first time in the while I've ever heard a dwarven man offer a cocktail.
I'm not a fucking dwarf.
Oh. Sorry. Oh wait, did he take that as like meaning short, not an actual dwarf, right?
He's not a dwarf.
Okay. My brain processed that as... because I didn't know if he knew what an actual dwarf was, but I guess we're in the merchant district, so he might actually.
I'm guessing from the expression from everyone they know what a dwarf is.
Yeah, nobody really like bats an eye. You could definitely tell a good majority of these people are merchants from out of town. There seem to be a couple locals, but as it's getting later into the day, you see people who look a bit different, dressed differently. The stitching is neater on their clothing. There is an air about them that they're here, they're merchants from here, but they still don't really understand you outsider people.
I'll just take a lager or something if you have it.
Take a red.
I'll take a red as well.
Besides drinks, what food do you have available, or at least red meat?
Well, I got a stew in the back going. Fresh bread.
Alright, I'll have those and a red.
Alright. You see him pull a couple levers, and you hear a bit of hissing coming from the back as he hops over the bar, walks over here, opens up a hatch on it, and you see him grab an oven mitt, stick his hand in, and you see 405, I don't know where Cheeky went.
Cheeky went
Loaves.
the wrong way.
I'm sorry, what happened?
He went to the brothel.
You went to Bucky's.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh. Stop calling it Buc-ee's. There's an actual Buc-ee's, and people are gonna get confused.
That's their problem.
take you into the gas station.
You want to go pick up some
That
milk?
still doesn't change.
There we go.
You went to
I've been
sheep.
trying to do that for a little bit. There we go.
That's such a Midwestern or Northeastern joke that no one will know what the fuck a sheets is. I could also say a Wawa, but I don't think people will know what that is either.
Okay, now you're really going down that barrel.
I'm just triggering Miser's PTSD now at this point.
There's some I'll admit I recognize, some of them just fly over me, but
Out of a reach, and he gets to the table, lays down a basket of bread, and then he looks to you. Ma'am, could you just... And you see that under you is like a little panel. Just hit the red one.
Okay.
As you push the button, a thing comes from the ceiling and drops down, obviously out of the machine, and it puts out a dollop of fresh butter into 3 dishes in front of all of you.
What?
holy!
Well then.
Yep. And if anyone's hungry, it's an all-you-can-eat. So
I instantly look at...
Jackal's gonna take that as a fucking challenge.
He's already on it.
green button should be under all of you. Just hit that, and it'll dispense a nice bowl of stew for you. Brings it on.
Jackal immediately hits that green button.
Hot
Boom!
pot, please.
Yeah. Well, dig in, I guess.
Jackal's already ahead of you guys.
What kind of stew is it? Is it just like a beef stew?
It's a beef stew. It's kind of like one of those forever stews. So
Okay.
so every once in a while you get like a chunk of pork, but mainly beef. It feels like today beef, potatoes, carrots. Like think winter night, cold, just stew.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh man, I'm not gonna really go for beef stew right now.
Well, it is pork, but I'm at cold like outside.
No, it's actually ice cold. You have to warm it up yourself. Start a fire.
Thanks, Jeebus. Now I suddenly want a hearty beef stew for myself, so I might just do that tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It is filling. Like even chocolate, you're like, oh shit, this is why it's all you can eat. And as you guys are eating, every once in a while you'll see from the ceiling. It startles you all because I mean, big adventures, what you just went through, just random movement from the ceiling makes you all jump. As people around you are doing the same thing, either getting refills on food, people will holler over at Wesley to get drinks.
Jackal's is gonna make a.
It does look like he's running this place by himself.
Jackal's gonna make one mention of, the fact that these things are moving around on the ceiling just gives me that one horrible image of that creature falling on Callisti back when we first started.
Did we have to bring that up? I'm already having problems.
I just figured I'd point that out.
Does she kind of like moves her hat so she can't see the ceiling?
The unfortunate thing is you can still hear it.
Yeah.
And all things considering, I do think this works well for individual. But on the mass scale, I don't know how profitable it would be to have such a big machine.
I'm just curious, this is gnome or other type of technology made into this.
Doesn't look Dwarven, I can tell you that much. Maybe the keg might have Dwarven roots, but it's definitely far beyond that.
Well, at least it's not with the goblin stuff. I was actually worried about that.
Nah, it didn't explode at least 3 times, or like a gasket pop.
If we had this back home, it would probably pay for itself in about 6 months.
I don't know. I prefer a more human paranoid approach to things with a faith rather than efficiency.
I'm neutral on that. At least, like, the
You
food
know,
comes in on demand.
I was actually thinking about the question, though, too. Maybe we should stall still on one of the outbuildings.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Pretty sure we're working on something.
Jacko looks over to the bartender. Question, are there still rooms available for rent? In? Thing?
We're not full up yet.
Looks over to the others, so how many nights are we looking forward to here?
Well, as soon as I figure out what a light switch is, I think we might be fine. Of course, that all depends on everybody else, how long they want to stay.
I need to find Helms, though that'll be a while. Actually, you said your name was Wesley?
Aye.
You haven't happened to see a man of my stature, black hair, beard, goes by the name Helm, or Hellman.
Hard to miss that one.
Does he usually stop by here?
Every couple of days. I think he's been out. Haven't seen him in about a week.
Okay. If, he happens to stop by, tell him Elric is looking for him. That's all.
I can do that.
He'll throw him like 2 gold. Just to make
Now I will do it.
Elric's done enough with bartenders where he's like, yes, actually pay them.
So Jago is seeing that also. I guess. What's the fees for the rooms here?
3 gold a night.
Looks to Coasty and the others. So, an estimate idea, since we don't want to be sleeping out at the roadside.
I don't know.
Start with 3 nights.
Yeah, it'd probably be for the best.
Alright, Jackal pulls out. Pauses for a second. So, are we all paying for each of our own rooms, or are we going to do a bundle?
Figured we were sharing like usual.
Sharing is caring.
Right, so... 2, 2, 2. So I guess 3 rooms for 3 nights then?
Yeah.
Jagger pulls out. Yeah, and then also Balls looks to Weasley. So, we also have a card and a... Pause looks around to make sure I get my brain.
Mild-mannered mule.
Yeah, it goes by the name of Hell No, so we need a stable. That would be... How much would the
3
extra?
rooms plus a stable, that would make it 10 gold a night.
Perfect, so Jackal will give him the 10 gold.
For 1 night?
Oh, nope, that's, there, my brain dirt for a second. Gives him 30 gold. There you go.
Alright, yeah, he... are you using just regular gold, or do you
Yes.
use platinum? Or... Oh.
Just a regular gold.
Sounds good. He takes it, and obviously he's counting it around. Ravencliff, eh?
Yep.
And he picks up another one. Dogrick does.
Yep.
What's this one with a horse on it?
Huh?
The centaur.
Oh, It's a nice little place called Marwin Hub.
Well, gold is gold.
Jackal doesn't remember.
Centaurs.
I know Zephyr would pick it up because his perception is insane, but everybody else roll a perception check.
Alright, time to fail. Let's go.
Let's see, perception.
I mean, I got
Wait,
17,
hold on, I gotta
so it
look at
should
what
be
my
okay.
advantages are. I have them written down. Advantage on Arcana,
Nope, not
Insight,
today.
Expertise, and Tools, and advantage on Poison. Okay, it's Arcana and...
Woohoo!
Good job, Jackal. You're too busy with your suit. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Jackal hits the
Jackal
soup
is
button
eating.
right as he's saying this.
I'm too busy drinking.
Yeah, so Jackal and Elric really don't hear this, but he mumbles to himself, "Fucking weird way to ride a horse."
I had out on the back of my head, I'm just thinking, forget a horse, ride a centaur.
I hate you.
Real challenge is a centaur riding a horse.
I've
Oh,
seen
God.
that video.
It's not. I have two, but I don't think it's safe for work.
Oh.
You do, Eclipse, you are able to pick up the conversation that's going on over here. Need another one? No. So where are you from? Nowhere. And everywhere. Right. Shut it up, you are. And he goes back to what he was doing.
Just on table question, Jeeves, but do the coins in the far south, because that's where most of the gold Jackal does have, they have a different print on them too?
They would have a dragon head, depending
Okay.
on where you're from.
Yeah, no, because I'm remembering that most of the gold that Jackal earned was from the raid on the, with Regent's crew, so I'm wondering if there was some of those, southern coins that were there too, and he probably picked that up. Wesley.
Possibly luck the draw, or possibly he didn't notice, but, well, actually, Jackal, since you're thinking of that, roll an investigation check if you want to
Considering
try
that
to find
Jackal...
one of those coins.
Yeah, alright, investigation, here we go. I'm just rolling bad today.
Very nice.
Well, you, like you said, the majority of your money is it, so the DC was a 5. You do find one that you think must have been from the south, but as you look at it, it's just like a weird lizard. It's not the dragon head that you're used to. It's like a salamander on the coin.
Jackal looks at it, then looks over to Elric and Clisty and holds a coin over to them. I don't suppose either you two or maybe Rowan, as her merchant stuff handling, seen this type of coin before?
Has Callisti seen it in any books or anything?
Has Elric
Yeah.
seen it pass through Novert Cause, considering how many people used to pass through? Actually, I don't know if Elric would have, because he'd been
Nope.
too busy drinking. Yeah, no.
Do I get a yes?
Nope.
Okay.
Do I get a guess but again?
You
Anyway. I probably wouldn't know, so. Never seen it before. Is there any information on where it's minted, or is it just the insignia?
I thought it was a dragon for a second there, but looks more like a lizard.
Could be a hellbender.
Oh, what now?
Weird salamander that's rumored to shoot fire, but isn't entirely a dragon. They're fun in the mines.
I mean, you guys have all seen a lizard before. It just looks like a generic lizard.
So we
Yeah.
already kept the bottle cap.
Can't ever flex my knowledge of
Yeah.
hellbenders. But no.
I guess I'll just keep this one in separate.
Yeah. Who knows? It might be useful for something.
Wait, I got it. It's an arcade token.
It's an arcade.
You've never been to
An
a gambling
arcade?
hall?
So there's some sort of magic.
No. Oh, I've been to a gambling hall. I've never heard of an arcade.
Yeah, it's
No, the one place I did had something called the meat market, which is weird.
Oh. Why do you have to bring that place up?
I don't know. Ask the goblin that was yelling at me.
I
At
tried
least he
so,
looks slightly disheveled.
I'm trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Away! Fucking Dion, man. But, no, I've never heard of an arcade. Maybe gambling dens are pretty common in Overcause, especially after drinking. Probably one of the second most famous things to do.
Yeah,
It's also the place where you hear the most racist comments. Like every dwarf blames a knife ears for why they've lost the game. Good time.
An arcade's just an automated version of that with machines that take your money instead.
Oh. No.
So then what's the point of the arcade then if it's just going to take your money?
I'm assuming
There's
entertainment
still a
value.
percentile chance built in the machine for winning.
Does it reward actual money?
Well, probably tokens, which would be exchanged for money. So they're kind of like poker chips in a way.
Ah.
That on table question to DM, but would Jackal know a little bit about the Prismarine?
Prismarine didn't have arcades, did they? Like the closest they had were slot machines.
More of the tokens.
They did have a transfer of token money and gold.
Ah, okay.
Money to token.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Problem? I mean, you probably have heard of it.
Yeah, never been to it, but just heard it from those that went there and came out.
I thought most didn't
Yeah.
come out.
Alright, Jackal just pauses, thinks about it. You know, I heard from some other mercenaries in the south about the Prismarine doing something with that. Transfer tokens and chips. I don't know why they would put fish chips as a currency for gold coins.
Huh.
He really... Okay, never mind. I'm not going to explain chips. That's just... No.
I mean, there is also those potato chips as well.
No, that... Jackal, there's literally gambling halls in Gravenglyph.
There's
We
you,
have it at our place.
you don't have to roll perception. Jackal's just smiling. He knows he's making an idiotic joke.
Yeah, we have that one grandma that's always smoking a cigarette in the back next to the slot machine and keeps yelling at it every time she loses.
Is that the same grandma that's basically hitting everyone or everything with a cane?
Pretty much.
And
She really
Oh,
just
that's the one
kind
that hits on everyone.
She's actually just hammered and she has way too much money and is just spending in the slots like every stereotypical person that does slot machines.
Ah, that explains why I saw that weird thing that has so many dents on it.
Yeah, Calhoun's getting annoyed by it because every time... Yeah, just to fix the damn thing.
I mean, it's kind of hard when the person in question is, I think, using some sort of magic to make her stick glow and just hits it with it.
to it. You can still name the old lady.
She's just waiting to be named now.
Her name's Agnes Crumplebottom.
Oh my god.
The most old lady name I've ever heard.
She sounds like she has a gambling problem.
Yeah.
I can stop whenever I want. Stay away from me.
She's got that freaking 3 packs a day voice going on.
Like, every time she gets thrown out, she's got like that 1,000-yard stare of just staring back at the fucking machine.
Can't stay here if you don't have to go home. This is my second home.
Well, you're first.
Fucking, I hate that I can just imagine Sir Pendleton's like, Madam, you've been here for about approximately 25 hours. Please leave the premises.
We do close.
We close on the 7th day of the week so we can all have a break.
Confirmed, Jackal works for Chick-fil-A.
Oh god. No, I'm pretty...
I'm sorry, what?
It's a joke because he's saying you don't work on Sundays.
It all makes sense.
Considering he eats like it's a religion, I'm not surprised.
Oh, I missed this. I really did. So, middle of eating, having a spoonful of stew and drinking a second glass of red wine. Alright, so I guess the plan tomorrow, besides the voting, look for Elric's mysterious problem, other Goliath guy.
Nah. Since I paid the bartender and he comes here frequently, he'll show up when he needs to. If anything, it's better to investigate the town while we're here.
Jackal kind of groans slightly and says, I don't want to get too involved with their problems.
I'm not getting involved in their problems. We're here to take tech ideas.
Okay, that I can work with.
A light switch.
Okay, that I can agree with.
No, this is a generally relaxing place, all things considered. Outside of I'm trying to see where the fear starts creeping in.
There is a part of me that wants to say, "Don't jinx this for us, Elric." I kind of want to try. I kind of want to try live in bliss, but
Oh, good. You're all here. I think. Catch up with you. You see the guard that had you on, that let you guys in. Almost forgot. Yeah. All of you. And he seems to be handing out 2 pieces of paper to each of you. Almost forgot the flyers. There you go.
Flyers?
Yeah, the vote.
Oh, I thought these were absentee ballots.
So it is a picture of each candidate. With what it looks like they're trying to run for the other one with their slogans.
Candidate.
Wait, what? Hold on, wait.
Oh,
He's
they're
a
trying to
jackal.
condemn the other. This is actually funny now.
Jackal looks very
Now I
perplexed and
understand where
confused.
the fear mongering comes in.
Do I vote for the pretty lady or against the pretty lady? I'm not sure.
Think of it this way, Callisti, they die in a year.
Oh, alright.
Well, now I kind of understand. They want the other candidate to win. It is kind of fucked, actually.
Isn't the process usually to become? Oh wait, Kevin Devin.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's actually worse to be a...
Yeah, and Jackal really now thinks about it. He kind of lowers his voice just a little bit, at least enough for Elric to hear. You don't suppose this is all connected to those weird, creepy things outside, is it?
I have two theories right now what might be causing it. Considering someone is holding a giant, thing that I have. It might also be attracting them as well, which is also worrisome.
Can you get a D3 from someone?
I got it. Three.
Alright. So, as you guys are talking, and the guard heads over to the bar. Wesley, I need a drink, man. I got bit today. The woman to your guys' south.
Shit, it's Rowan in 10 years.
Turns your chair around. Oh, not from around here, are you?
Yes.
No.
No, we're not.
Makes sense. Well, I heard the commotion at the gate. I'm guessing you guys snuck in right before the festivities.
I wouldn't say snuck in. More like we're told to enter the city.
Weren't eaten.
Yes, that also happened.
Well, been around the area for a couple of years. And the vote is quite annoying, but you keep it even. You don't come down to anybody's.
Wait, you said you've been here for how long now? Curious.
4 or 5 years. Just in and out of the city and traveling. Picking up protection gigs where I can.
I just have
Call me Valentina.
Jackal. Curious. The points in the
I'm
direction.
sorry, I just like to know my own name so hard. Valenta.
Oh, it's Valenta. I thought for a moment there her name was Athena. Like, okay. So,
No, Valentina.
Oh, you were wrong on both fronts.
yes, I was.
Valenta.
Oh, I assume... Is Hilda just around, or is she kind of just floating in the ether?
Hildy's in a chair next to you.
Okay.
She's just so stealthy you don't notice that she's there at times.
Yeah, bread just keeps disappearing off the table.
Only bread.
But Jackal just adds, right, so since you've been more or less here on and off, could you get like an idea or at least a good memory of when the big ugly things outside have been showing up?
Really, the first one was spotted, I think, like a year and a half ago. If you're stealthy enough, you can avoid them. Just keep away from loud sounds and fast movements.
I wanted to say, do they not like light? But considering these things are mostly just tongue and mouth, I don't think they care.
No, it's completely random when they attack, and pretty easy to hear coming, so don't be a moron. And if you do have to fight one, kill it quick. They tend to bring in friends. But never seen one inside the city walls yet, so doing fine there. That's why
Eldrick
maybe
knocked on the
defenses
table.
lately.
Were these a common occurrence since you've been here at least frequently before, or is this more recent?
Well, let's just say I'm not going outside the city walls.
Fair.
So you were saying about keeping the votes even.
Yeah, well, until one majority wins.
Jaggle begins to count on the people that are currently available. I hope we're not expected to do a tiebreaker, or be the tiebreaker.
As long as we make sure we know what we're voting going into it, I think we're fine.
Clean streets, technology, keep the city flowing. From the sounds of it, seems like candidate Flair is really, I believe the phrase is marinating candidate Eli.
I mean, from look of both flyers, they want the other to win, which, from what we know, isn't the greatest.
Then looks over to, oh god, did I close? I did not type in her name. I feel like an idiot for doing
Valentine.
that. Valentine, there we
Yeah.
go. Looks over to Valentine, it's like, you won't happen to know more details of these candidates, do you?
Valenta.
Valenta, thank you.
Volvo.
God damn it.
Listen,
God damn it. Like placenta with a V.
You're going in timeout.
But, Ms. Valenta, so do you know anything about these two candidates? More details than just pamphlets here?
A bit. Flair is one of the, obviously, they're both leaders of their respective districts, as you could say. Flair is, when she was younger, used to be quite the competent dancer, a lot of fire stuff. Eli is an inventor. He creates, well, quite a bit of what's going on in the men's district, as I can see. What I've heard, he's working on moving stairs. Obviously, she gestures to herself. Can't go there.
The candidates are heavily guarded, like, if we want to meet Eli and talk with him, we could, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They'll be in the square tomorrow.
Thus, suspect, due to our genders, we can't go to the opposite gender side due to rules.
Ah, smart one.
To make sure, I know we travelers get a little bit of leeway, but I'm trying to see where the lines are not to be crossed and break the rules.
The lines are only blurry here, and she gestures, like, to the general area around you guys.
Huh. And this makes me wonder, why is it Kevin
You play
dead?
by their rules in their districts. Merchant's Quarter, different story.
Jago just crosses his arms, thinks about it. just mumbles to himself, not to anyone in particular. It's like, man, I'm wondering why those three knuckleheads never really visit the merchant side, and they're so damn ignorant.
Well, unless you're a merchant, you can't get into the merchant's quarter.
Well, that's news to me.
No, it's not.
Jacko wasn't paying attention to them that much.
How hard is it to apply for a merchant's license, or at least a permit?
But you? I would assume you already have one.
It's the papers where the guard wrote.
Oh, wait, yeah, we do. Elric just looks at his chest and, looks at the little plastic note that was just the leaflet paper that's kind of crumpled up. Oh, shit, they spelled their name wrong.
I was pointing that out earlier, but he just said it's fine as long as he signed it.
I didn't think it'd be that bad.
Oh, merchants from the Silver Cup.
Pint, but apparently doesn't seem to care too much about it.
We even have business cards. She has business
I
cards.
was bleeding.
Oh, so that's why there's 5 drops of blood on there. I thought we needed a blood sacrifice as well.
Your jokes really aren't going to land around here. I really hope you know that.
I'll stop. Don't worry.
That's all it took?
I don't want to get fucking kicked out of this town.
At least not before he finds. At least not before he finds the other guy.
No cause if I got kicked out. The worst they would give me is a stern talking to and a bloody nose. Here I might not come back with those things outside.
Yeah.
But we do have... Do we have a... Listen, we didn't happen to bring the makeshift sign for the cart, did we? For when we were traveling?
Felicity just kind of leans forward, stares at you really?
I didn't know. I was hoping we packed it. I've been too busy.
Pen and motions at it come on, you know I can do this.
Well, yeah, but I'm also trying to keep low-key considering. Looks at everyone around. That's mostly tech-based. And all I've been doing is carving ducks this whole time. Elric pulls out another wooden duck that probably looks nothing like one.
That's a really nice dog.
I really do think they're gonna sell.
I thought that was some sort of fish.
They're
I
quite
want.
charming.
Should I roll for how many of these I've made actually? Because I keep addressing it. Okay.
Have fun with it.
Okay. This is just my easy way to write how Elric's slowly learning woodcarver's tool. Just trying to make a duck. Which is funny, because Elric's probably never seen a duck.
Quack.
You saw one in a picture book once and then thought, hey, I can do that.
Quack.
It's actually the Ugly Duckling pop-up book.
Yeah, he's only seen ducks after they're cooked.
True.
Jaggle pauses. And then, I guess since Weasley is still busy, he'll just confer to Wesley, thank you. I blame the others for putting that word in my head.
I said it once and knew I would be fine. That's not on me.
Yeah, Wesley. Anyway. I'm guessing Wesley is busy, so he's gonna again turn to the only one that's giving them conversation, Valenta.
Nope.
What? I said the name wrong?
Oh, you said it right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he said it right for once.
I didn't. I didn't say Valentino or something. I said Valenta.
I just assumed.
I know my miserism way of saying names gets a little.
He's gonna say you say it wrong every time, no matter what you say. He's gonna just change it.
I know. I figured.
Every time you guys say her name, I'm just gonna change it.
Damn it. All right. Anyway.
Valencia. There we go. I got it.
You want to go back in time now?
Valentino.
What?
Oh,
Oh my god.
Give me a second. I had a question in my head. Now I was lost from all the laughter and this damn smile.
Alright,
on
I
my
need to
face.
get my time in before I leave on vacation.
I know. Okay. Ms. Valenta, is there libraries here, like stuff with collected book knowledge that's easily accessible for merchants, or?
You'd have to go to one of the districts.
So not one in the merchant district then.
No, this place is mainly for selling and enjoying things.
Though I know you can't speak for the male district, what is the female district, at least the general makeup are comprised of? Or at least, like, what does it look like? Just paved roads, the like?
Yeah. Paved roads, light posts, homes, and, your general fare, grocery stores.
I don't know what that is.
I bet it smells better than the male's district.
I bet there's more houses in the female district.
I have also no comment to that because I haven't been to either side yet. But Jackal will
Such
go
a-
to. He'll just call to Wesley. Wesley, you been to the men's district here?
No.
I had to ask, just to be sure. Most people seem to stay in one location long enough.
Yes, I grew up here. What do you need?
Library in the men's district. Easily accessible for outsiders or any rules
As long
to
as you
that?
pay the entry fee.
Jackal tilts his head just a little bit, which is
I think it's like 5 gold.
okay. That's manageable.
That's actually pretty pricey for a library. That doesn't mean we also have to get a library card, does it?
Well, that's just for outsiders. No, if you wanted a library card, you would have to live here. Can't take any books out.
Oh. Huh. Interesting.
Well, becoming a citizen really isn't hard.
If it doesn't, I hope they don't mean to insult, but I don't wish to place down my roots here. It's not my kind of city. Library, oh my god. Shut up. How many people actually say library versus library?
I say library.
library.
I say others.
I say library.
Maybe.
I put the berry.
I kind of switch it back and forth.
Library.
I've heard both, so it's kind of like it just depends on who I'm talking with. Depends if it's my dialect of it.
There was at one time I met a person that called the library Liberty. Had me so
No,
fucking
they're
confused.
talking about the statue, actually, Miser.
You can only imagine my own confusion when we were talking about two different things, and then I realized that he was just calling the library Liberty.
It's actually called the Liberty Library.
No, he was just making that particular comment word. I don't know why he was calling the library as a liberty. Never bothered to ask. It was just very confusing.
Okay. That's... Well, I guess you could at least browse the books, Jackal. Just make sure when you're done to put them back.
Yeah.
And here I was worried that
Yeah,
one of the
you
books
can
I'm...
go in there and do all the research you want.
They're not, like, weird about it. Like, if you take any of the information you get out of town, like a giant owl won't chase you, right?
What?
I heard stories.
Where did you hear a story like that?
You would be surprised what Grell can cook up when he's drunk.
There is an answer in that already about Grell and drunk.
And reading.
Well, I was trying to be nice. He is the king, after all.
Thank you, Miser, for posting the GIF. So glad someone at least got the reference.
If only you can actually see me right now. I actually facepalmed 3 times this entire session right now.
All because of me.
Yes.
I would be so great at a table. Because I could just feel the, like, daggers that Jeebus would be staring at me.
I could put you in real time out.
I'll just unplug your lamp again. Anyway.
Corner opposite the lamp.
Near the fridge.
Right, so I'm gonna see if there's any more books of Herman P. Delarose. Highly
All right.
doubtful, but
While you're doing that, though, I'll just walk around with Zephyr, because I know he mentioned the grocery store. Brain dumb. Genesis, you could probably join us as well, we could kind of investigate around the mail district and just see the general flow and state of things.
Of course.
Hildy, you're going to go with Callisti and Rowan, then, since you can't follow us there.
Felicity, you just feel those big red doe eyes staring at you.
Oh dear.
You know, part of me wanted to say Aunt Callisti and Aunt Rowan, but at the same point, you two are like barely out of your... You're about as old as her, so it's more like friends.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Clisty just stares at Rowan going, please don't do anything weird.
Unfortunately, Rowan is not here at the moment. She's feeding rats.
Rowan about to sell some elf fingers.
Rare delicacy.
Some people, apparently.
You know what I saw in the mall yesterday?
What's that?
They had the black cherry gummy version of the finger from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Why?
That's awesome.
Why?
It's funny.
It's funny, but also why?
I'd buy it. Actually, but I hate black cherry.
Yeah, black cherry. If it's...
You go, I'd buy that. Poop.
It depends, because if it's like an actual good tasting black cherry, it's fine, but if it's like too overly sweet, then it sucks ass. Well,
I think
that was like strawberry.
I think the only time I ever actually had something that was cherry flavor was from Dr. Pepper cherry flavor soda, but that was about it.
Me sitting here drinking from a 2-liter of cherry Dr. Pepper.
That's a little bit different because there's at least an actual taste that isn't wholly cherry.
Right, I mean, cherry is fine. When people like, it's like, ooh, it's black cherry. Fancy, no, it sucks.
It's like people that think black licorice is good, and that shit tastes like ass.
Those are incredibly different flavors. But yeah,
bad.
you guys pretty much eat your fill and just continue on having a fantastic night. Just chit-chatting, getting kind of a bit more of the lay of the land. Does anybody have anything they want to continue to talk about, want to do, before you head up to your rooms tonight? Yeah.
Does the gender diversion thing count for? Kind of looks at Drake like, please, I hate to say this, but pets.
No.
Okay, good. Looks at Drake with those like sorrowful, like I know you're gonna hate me for that one.
You just see him staring daggers at you.
You just put a bow on Drake. There. He can now pass it into one side or the other.
As you're eating, your soup just suddenly gets ice cold, and now you have a soupsicle.
Reminds me of eating at home, and Alec just crunches on it. You forget I have resistance to cold damage, and this shit won't bother me.
No, but it tastes bad.
That's it for me.
Watered down soup is ass.
Wow.
So we call it a night.
Yes.
I mean, I guess we have our plans and agenda for tomorrow. Looks at the 2 pamphlets of the candidates. Does anyone have any ideas of who they want to vote for? Or preference?
I mean, I think our party's split down the middle. Actually, no, we're 3 and 4. Shit. I was gonna say we're split down the middle gender-wise, but we're not.
Well, I was gonna say that one side could vote for one, and the others could vote for the other one.
That's what I was thinking.
So we'll vote for Eli if you guys vote for
Blair.
Claire. I wanted to make my brain.
Yeah, no worries. I got you. Sounds good enough to me.
Damn, Drake's lucky he doesn't have to vote.
Plus, while we're voting as well, we could also pick the brains of Eli and Flair. Wesley. I almost said Weasley and had to stop myself.
Ronald Weasley.
What's up?
Does Eli happen to have a shop that's open to the public, considering some of the stuff that this flyer is advertising, or at least where he lives?
He lives over in the men's district. He doesn't actually have a shop. He's more of the inventor type. He doesn't sell things, he just creates.
Does he have like a viewing schedule for when he creates, or is he just kind of walking and then creating as he goes, like a workshop?
You can go to his manor. People do all the time. You just go to the front gate. Guards will tell you if he's accepting visitors or not.
Oh, okay. That's pretty simple then.
Jaggle just adds, it's just so there's no flying axes this time.
What?
A reference with
Grell.
Grell.
in your head.
I don't remember that. I kind of blacked out during that.
Yeah, I mean, you and Odin were, yeah, you both splat.
Back when Jeebus accidentally killed my character in, like, session 3.
That wasn't accidentally.
true. You knew he could at least come back because of Hector.
Yep, I had a Hector.
Oy vey. Well,
Alright. I'm actually full for once, so...
I mean, one obvious thing you guys have noticed, nobody has a last name.
yeah, I've been noticing that. But I also kind of write that off, too, as a normal DM writing. Sometimes I don't put lessons. Okay.
That's in the guidebook.
Doesn't include last name, actually automatically suspicious, time to kill them.
Well, there's also the fact that Jackal doesn't quite have a last name, or at least doesn't present one.
Technically he does, he just never says it.
Exactly.
There's a difference between not having one and not saying it.
Uh-huh.
So as you guys kind of collect yourselves, you head up to the second floor. You see signs for a bathhouse, a sauna, a weight room, and as you go up to the third floor, you see several doors. You have 3 keys, all conjoining rooms, all right next to each other. So as you open the doors to the room, you see each room has 2 very lush beds, a set of you see glasses on end tables for each of the beds, trunks for all of for if you need to store anything, and several buttons on the wall. One of them labeled water, one of them labeled heat, one of them labeled cool.
Well, I guess since my size, Hildy and I will share a bed, and Rowan and Drake have the other.
I'll take the floor as usual. Do you have a map for this, Jeebus, or did you see it
I do
online?
not.
Okay, just making sure.
Aren't there 3 rooms?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
enough beds for everyone.
Floor.
He just rolls under the bed.
Yeah. Like, Elric's feet just stick out from under the bed because he's obviously taller than the bed. And if and he gets crushed by the bed, you get his shoes.
God damn it.
Actually, as Elric lies down in the bed, you hear some mechanical whirring, and as the bed extends to fit you.
Okay, that's actually pretty convenient, but also weird.
They were expecting you.
I'm gonna go take a bath.
Mr. Elrickson. Fucking eat them?
Rowan, if you do go down into the bathhouse, or into the you see individual rooms. A couple of them have red lights over the doors, others have green. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna go in one of the green light doors.
Uh-oh.
And I swear, if this is some backwards shit, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I thought about it myself.
You're actually looking for the
Green
blue
means
light.
come on in, the water's fine.
No, you're actually looking for the blue light. The green light means get the fuck out of here.
One of the lights is shaped like a pineapple?
Oh, Lord.
Do you know what that means?
Of course I do.
Well, why do you think
Okay.
you said it?
Wait, what does it mean? I'm scared.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
I'll explain
worry.
it after session.
When
Okay,
I was
yeah.
young, I
It's
used
a
to
DME.
play on the swings a lot.
No. Jeebus. Just know it has something to do with pineapple polo shirts because there's like context behind it.
Yeah, so you go in, you see, it's a little, it's a lot for you at first, but then you kind of realize, kind of like the bathhouses you guys have back at home. You see that, but instead of knobs that you twist, this one's just buttons. You hit a button, a red button to make it hotter, a blue button to make it colder, and there's soap dispensers on the walls. You've never really seen liquid soap before, but as you hit one, you can smell it. It's like, that smells like.
Well, they really like their buttons here. Should monetize this goo.
Whoa. Oh,
We should call it Kai-Sol.
What?
That's a joke on hand soap because Lysol's a hand soap brand.
Oh.
That was a really...
I had the face palm again because you said Pine Sol of all things, really.
So.
Could be worse. It could have been that fucking cresting the hill joke from last time.
Jackal, as you open the door to the sauna, you see a opening room, one that says men, one that says women.
Okay.
Choose wisely.
One of these things is not like the other.
Well.
I mean, it's the obvious choice, so... God damn it. Anyway, yeah, so, is there any place to secure his armor and gear? Well, actually, he probably just left that
Not
in the
yet.
room.
Doesn't look like it.
Alright, because I was going to say Jackal's going to leave his armor and most of his gear in the room and just go in his regular clothing, casual clothing, to the sauna room, go to the men's side, and...
So as you walk in, it is a room that is just a lot of hallways and doors in the walls.
The back rooms.
Oh, God.
Oh, my...
Locker room.
Oh. Right. Doors.
Alright, so do any of them indicate there's somebody in there, or empty?
So it's not like it's not like the bathhouse where there's it's a one hallway with doors on either side. It's you're in there are benches in the middle of the rows. There are small doors in the middles in the aisles. A couple of them do have red lights on them, but others have green.
Jackal will go to one of the green ones.
As you walk up to one of the green ones, you're blinded for a second as a light hits you in the eyes, and then the door swings open.
Interesting.
And you see it's just like a small cubby hole.
A lot smaller than what I'm used to back in the south, but...
Does Jackal climb into a locker?
Oh no.
No, does not.
Do I have to? Okay.
I was just making a joke out of that. No, you just put stuff in there and you'll just get ready to go to the sauna
Yeah,
itself.
inside there is a towel, and you can walk. You walk into the sauna, and it's pretty lavish. In the middle is a small pool. You see that has some flowers in it and a little bucket with some what looks like very warm rocks, and benches all around the side. You see a couple of gentlemen are in there. All of them do have towels on.
Oh my god.
Alright, all proper wash and courtesy and everything else. And then Jackal's just gonna sit back and relax on one of the benches.
Yeah, it's just your generic sauna. Every once in a while, someone will get up and put more steam into the room. It's like 110 in there.
Yeah, Jack will probably stay there for like a good 15-20 minutes and then make his way out. He's used to dry heat, not the humidity heat.
Well, see, if you ever have the thought and kind of think, man, I kind of want like a writing desk or something, you do notice that there is a small kind of cutout in the wall, and if you just pull on it a little bit, the desk will pop out and a chair will lift up from the floor like a stool.
Yeah, she messes with that a few times and sees how it's built.
You can't get the thought out of your head that Calhoun would love it here.
Yeah.
Or hate it. You're not sure which one. And if either Elric or Jennifer gets curious and starts just pushing buttons on the wall, if you push the red one, the room gets up to a very hot temperature. You push it enough. And if you push the cold one enough, it will go down to probably about like 20 degrees.
I was probably going to keep it on the cold.
Agreed.
Yeah, you all have a night of a lot of just new things. But in the morning, that is super night.
Or very, very morning.
The crickets are up earlier than we are.
Why do we have so many night? Did all of our day stuff get killed?
Yeah.
Kind of, yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh. Really doesn't mind.
And in the morning, you all wake up to find that all of your writing desks are popped out. There are pieces of paper on them, and they say, as soon as you are up, if you are not woken up by the alarm bell, someone will come and collect you. Meet in the town square.
I guess it's voting time.
Jackal kind of winces at the word collect. Like,
And Elric might have already started his in-room morning workout, but those of you who do sleep in here. What? Everyone? It is 8 in the morning. It is time to go vote.
Huh. Part of me thought it would be earlier. Elric just opens the door. And like an Arctic blast just comes out of the door.
oh god, that is freezing cold.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Felicity comes out like half awake. There's 2 gods of morning, and only one of them I subscribe to.
Felicity, you and Hildy both look the same. Yeah.
You're talking about...
Or,
Oh my god.
yeah, Hilder. Sorry, I call her Hildy.
No. I was going to say another comment, because mourning as a pun. Like mourning as in crying or grieving.
Yeah, that's why I said there's 2 gods of morning.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, and she's just all, like, hood's down, hair is in a mess, one eye is open.
Alright. Rise and shine, everybody. Time to go vote. And think of it as like new morning routine instead of opening up shop.
I suppose
hate
it's
people
better.
to do that.
I suppose this is better than you
I
trying to
usually
pull me
help
out for
open up
a
shop.
morning workout.
Yeah, I didn't have to tear a blanket this time.
This is why I miss the wild.
And the front
Squirrels
gates
and
are
birds
pretty
don't
close
vote.
by.
You obviously haven't seen the nature committee. We have formed a
So
perfect...
as you all begin to head towards the center of town, you see that it looks like a lot of it has already started. You can see the 2 candidates standing on a podium, Flair and Eli. And between them is an individual you guys haven't seen yet.
Huh.
Come on, everyone. Cast your votes so I can go back to sleep, please. Ugh, I hate being picked for this. Vote for Eli, vote for Flair. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that rhymed.
Let's just get to voting.
Oh, thank you, the one in the back. It is my job.
Huh. So who's our spokesperson
So-
here?
I think we're just voting on individual ballots. Elric looks at like the kind of voting area they have set up.
You do see. Don't worry, everything is discreet. You don't need to stand in line or anything.
Caboose, there's two of the same
What?
people.
So
Oops.
that was actually her shadow clone jutsu. You have discovered her.
No,
Now
it's,
she must
it's just her
travel.
twin,
No,
that's
it's-
all.
A minor illusion. Don't worry about her.
It was just
Pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain. Yeah, I get Hildy. No, fuck you. I can move my own tokens. Kind of.
so
You see, in the center here, individual booths. They do go out a bit from that table and have a curtain, so it is like an actual discrete voting thing.
Do you want us, like, above table, do you want us to DM you our votes, or is it just, like, how do you actually want to do it? Because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, just either send me a Discord DM of who you vote for.
Okay. You want me to vote twice, one for Hildy and one for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll roll for Hildy.
Good idea, Jekyll.
Hmm?
Wow. Well,
That-
I hope
that-
our numbers are our numbers mean the same.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit. Alright.
That might not mean anything. Because, like I said, Miser and I might be rolling and have different... Alright, so roll for Hildy. I know what Elric's going to vote for, so I don't have to roll for him. Where's Jeebus? Jeebus about to have,
I'm
like...
over here.
Jeebus about to have, like, 20 DMs.
I should hope 5.
No. Just...
DM me a letter at a time.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I hope it... Okay. I think I fucked up his name.
It's 3 letters.
I don't know what you want from me. Outside of general spelling. Out of curiosity... do we have access? I guess we don't have access to the sheets. Morin Haven, Silver Pine, Tent Town, Underdark, Untamed Wild. Wandering Council.
Who are you looking for?
I was just curious if you put, like, the people from this town, like, put up
They should be at the very top.
Okay,
I
okay.
always do that. The town you're in is usually almost always at the very top.
And then you'll just move it down as we go.
And if you, as soon as you leave town, I'll move it into alphabetical order. But while you're in that town, it'll be very top.
Okay, thank you.
I should actually do that myself now.
I like that. It's a lot more convenient for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Miho has like 20 different folders.
Small numbers.
Only 20.
but-
Ro, when you get a sec, just DM me who you're voting for.
Oh my god, where do I get coffee?
I think there's some post-voting coffee somewhere around there.
Do you actually say that?
Yes.
This gentleman, as you walk past him, you can just head over to my tea house. It's not coffee, but it does have caffeine in it.
Gone.
There's that, like, turn, like, wide stare. Pure, like, how dare you, sir?
It's extremely expensive to import here.
You had me at tea. Let's go.
The only time I hear
See you later,
cheese.
dear. I do think I did have my staff vote earlier. I just need to wait a moment. I want to see the results.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever
Why,
heard.
Max? They're always the fucking same.
Huh.
But it could be different. There's no people in town this time.
I am praying we didn't fuck this up.
He probably did.
Who knows?
They're not following the plan.
I was BRB'd, so I'm probably the one who did.
Basically,
man.
well, since you live with the DM, basically we just DM'd Jeebus all our votes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I did.
Okay, then,
Oh.
yeah.
I was grabbing food.
Just yell at him, pick this one! And point at the screen and then leave.
As you all finish voting, and some time does pass for like 5 or 10 minutes, but it does seem to be a very quick process. Like, the people in the districts definitely know it's probably easier to just get it over with, and you guys seem to be some of the last ones to vote. The woman in the middle of the podium is like, all right, I just got the message that both the districts are done, and I think that we are done here, so... And she turns around and just waves her hand, and you see that a bracelet on her hand glows. And on the back, far in the distance, you see a gorgeous manor. It's got to be gigantic. It's near castle size, and you see on either side a red and a blue line go up to about halfway and stop, and then just shoot back down. And there we have it. Another near draw. Alright, everybody go back to what the fuck you were doing. I'm so hungover.
Seems like a lot of
And you
spectacle.
As she walks past and goes into this building over here.
Oh.
So it was a
Ooh.
tie.
Someone's fancy.
Apple. I should have noticed the pineapple necklace.
What?
What?
No, they got them.
Jackal, Jackal, who was completely like looking at the candidates, also looking at the girl that was talking, then suddenly snaps his head. Like, what?
I wanted one more pineapple, Joe, for the people that got it.
One more game. One more game.
then this is it. We don't have to deal with Mariner for a week and a half.
That's fine.
Coffee.
I can't move Drake, just so you know.
I know.
Alright.
I'm just saying I'm not leaving him behind on purpose.
Coffee.
So,
You all do head down to the tea house.
Coffee feed.
interesting. I'm surprised. That does make me wonder if they picked the person that handles vote count at random.
No, please don't let it be us next time.
No, I think there's a fixed system because she said she was elected for it, so that might mean she's constantly been doing it ever since
Damn, that
for
sucks.
2 years.
Elric, do you say this while you're in the tea house or you're walking back?
Probably like when he's going through the doors as they're walking, so I used to make conversation.
You see this gentleman. Again.
Max.
Please tell me the girl's name is Ruby. I hate that.
Does it sound like that?
Oh no, it's always for the merchants' quarter. It's always a shop owner for the merchants because we don't live in either of the districts. In the districts, it's heads of household that have to be on that have to announce the victor or the draw. It's not a random thing. Today was Destra's turn. Tomorrow will be, I believe, Jesse's over at her establishment, and then the next day will be mine.
Oh, so it's just rotating between you, Wesley.
Yes, it rotates to the fall, and unfortunately, Destra usually forgets and drinks too much every day.
Oh.
Man, considering the place that she kind of works in, that doesn't surprise me. What?
You saying it's a bad place?
No, I just personally don't frequent them. They're not my personal cup of tea.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to mine.
Yeah.
Is that what the store's called? Personal cup of tea?
It's my cup of tea. Now,
Jackal, as the little back and forth between between Elric and Clissy, Jackal finally realizes what they were talking about. Like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
and he goes behind him and starts taking like jars down, labeling them, and just judging by the general weariness of everyone, he's like starting to put like stronger jars in front of the people that look like they are not morning people.
Coffee?
Jackal looks at them and then he just asks, this might be a bit of an odd question to ask, but you wouldn't have anything from the far south, do you?
I believe I do. And he starts looking around and he does find,
Whiskey?
No,
absolutely not.
He's actually looking for Jackal's just looking for a particular type of tea that's made of a really harsh ginger flavor.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah.
I will leave it. I'll leave the rest of it to the DM. I'm just putting a little bit more Jackal backstory.
And he can easily grow. You see that he has like hundreds of different teas, and he's just judging by like personal characteristics. He's definitely giving you guys all looks and just judging harshly. And he picks tea that actually everybody enjoys, if depending on how your level of tea enjoyment. But it's nothing. None of it tastes bad. Callisti, yours has so much caffeine in it, you can nearly feel it in your teeth.
Jeez.
Okay, this is acceptable.
So, what brings you into town?
No, it was a donkey.
Light switch.
He looks at the wall next to him.
Love this.
Like that? Not the countless other technological marvels we have. The light switch. As you look in front of you, the tea kettle's boiling and there's no fire.
Hell?
Is it on like a burner or something, or?
We would know it as an induction heater.
Oh my god. Place is fancy.
Honestly, half of this makes sense and half of it doesn't. But I'm sure there's a mechanical reason behind everything there.
Yes. Everything could be solved beside.
So after the first sip of the tea, Jackal kind of wonders if Max has any honey to add to it.
Oh, of course. And honey jars, sugars, and milks are provided for everybody.
Jackal just adds a little bit of honey to his tea.
Oh yeah, I need about a pint of this. Thank you.
A pint of the tea or a pint of honey?
Yes. Yes.
You both seem like the merchant store. Do you have any... What are you selling? Before I just start asking.
Completely normal things.
Jago looks over and says, like, you're going to have to define enough normal things to him.
Sips, tea. Someone want to tell him what extremely normal things we sell?
We sell custom signs. Elric, what are you calling those things again? I think you tried to call that dog a duck.
I think he's BRB.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Jago just adds,
No spices, teas, anything like that.
Well, we have
Actually,
spices.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what he has, but I know he said he wanted to.
Oh, right, yeah.
Zephyr
Zephyr
has them.
begins to list things that we will get back to later. And to be honest, I know it is a bit early, but without Zephyr being here, I don't want to get too far into town. It's only about a half hour earlier than I planned on closing down today. Well, so yeah, we will just end it here in the tea shop. We will bring Zephyr in 2 weeks, and we will assault him with my tea salesman. And it will be a fantastic time. We'll continue on the search for the Goliath and trying to figure out how to, be able to leave this town without getting murdered. Or getting anybody murdered.
Oh.
I don't know. Sounds like an impossible feat, but we'll try.
But I would like to thank you all for showing up. I know the last couple drinks have been short. Still in this weird transition phases for jobs, but they'll get better soon, I promise. I will throw it over to, well, I guess the next DM skips over a couple people and it'll hit Moogle.
Yeah, that is who it is. So, yeah. My campaign has extended from being just a heist to being railroaded pretty heavily because of things, and we'll see where my players get in their quests. Otherwise, I don't really have any.
We asked you to throw us on the railroad.
Yeah.
Like, give us a direction.
Working on the railroad.
Yep, so we'll see how long this next arc takes. Could be really short, could be really long. We'll never know.
How long?
But, since, other DMs are going to be gone, might as well start with Miser.
Yes, so I'm playing as Jackal. This is Miser Mark. And as both Jeebus and Mogul mentioned, I will be on my break for this month from Into the Wildlands. Mostly so I can just hammer out, finalize, and more or less prepare the final arc for my Fading Heart, since fading might just be exactly what's going to happen. So I'll pass it over to our other DM who's going to be taking a bit of a break, Mariner.
Hello, I am Space Mariner, and after this session, I'm going to be on vacation for a little bit, so I won't be doing anything, and I'll be away for a few, so Elric will just be puppeted around by doing things, I don't know. But, like I said, I'm just going on vacation, and it's going to be hopefully nice, but we'll see. And, guess I'll, who else hadn't gone? Harley?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just, it's either Cheeky or just throw back to Jeebus.
Throw it back to Jeebus.
All right, hey Boost.
Well, thank you all for showing up. We will see you soon. I love you. Be nice to each other.
I love you too.
Bye.
I'm not gonna say it back.
Doesn't matter what you say. What matters is what you feel.
Indeed.